Hey guys, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on our research video and hoping not to take too long. I know the last video was pretty lengthy. So first things first, plagiarism, big no-no. I know I talked about this in the last video, so I'm just going to reiterate to please visit these two sites. This is just a video on what it is, and this is a plagiarism checker, so you can literally take what you've written to see if it's considered plagiarized. So basically what you have to do is reword what you find on the internet. It is breaking the law, and so it will result, although we won't report you or anything, plagiarism will be an automatic disqualification for science fair, regional fair. So just please keep an eye out for that, so that you are not breaking, disrespecting other writers. Okay, so research format. In our Science Fair Google Classroom, you'll have a research format. I would just make a copy of this and use it as your brainstorm. So last video we did the brainstorm, and so now we have our paper. So our paper should be Times New Roman. So you're going to go to this font and you're going to find Times New Roman. You might have to scroll down a little bit. Then it's going to be size 12. It's going to be double spaced. This line right here where it says line spacing needs to be double spaced. And then it has to be a 2-page minimum. Okay, this is why I said it's going to be a lengthy part of your project, because it does have to be a 2-page minimum. And the judges at the regional fair do read those to see if you know what you're even talking about. So your research paper should have nothing to do about this is what we're doing at your project and this is the materials needed and blah, blah, blah. Your research paper is specifically about the content, okay? So for example, with the eggs and the density, each supporting paragraph is going to touch on one specific question that I want to focus on. So my supporting paragraph 1, I'm going to answer the question, what is density? Supporting paragraph 2, I'm going to answer the question, how does salt affect water's density? Supporting paragraph number 3, I'm going to talk about what is the density of water, salt, and eggs. So now that I know what I'm going to research, I'm going to use my research cards to help me. So I'm going to find where it says research cards, reference note cards. And again, you're going to make a copy, put this in your science fair folder so you know where it is all the time. So you're going to put your name, you're going to put the topic of your source. So maybe the topic is going to touch on this first supporting paragraph, what is density? So on that top, I'm going to put density. Okay. Then it's going to ask you for the web reference or book your reference. So let's say I have a web reference, density, kids minus .com, because remember we need .com, .org, .edu, .gov, but we do not want .com. Because it is not a reliable source at times. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. So I'm going to click here. Oh, sorry guys. Click here. So let's say this is the page I choose. Okay. So I'm going to copy this link, control copy, and then I'm going to paste the link right here, control paste. Okay. And then I'm going to make a note. And all my notes that I make on this specific page is going to be from this link, okay? Now, you have to make a choice when you're making your reference note cards. If I were you, can I get rid of that? If I were you, I would go ahead and, okay, I did it. I would go ahead and just reword everything from this note card, starting at this note card, so that you know for sure that you are not plagiarizing. So once you have all your note cards, you can print them out, whatever. Then it's time to start getting your paragraphs together. So you're going to take all of your note cards and you are going to start plugging in that information. So what is density? Density equals mass divided by volume. Things float because, things sink because, okay? So now I have all of my stuff that I'm gonna talk about, so now I have to start making paragraphs, okay? So you're gonna need, in your research paper, 5 paragraph minimum. So the first paragraph is going to be your intro. Your intro should have no intense information, okay? Maybe you have a fun fact. Did you know in Salt Lake City, the Great Salt Lake, people can float because the density? So you just have a fun fact. You talk a little bit about what each paragraph is going to be about, but you don't give any intense new information. That's what your supporting paragraphs are for. So after your intro, then you're going to write 3 supporting paragraphs, okay? In each supporting paragraph, you should have topic sentence. You guys learned this in ELA. You got your topic sentence, you have your supporting sentences, and then you have a conclusion, okay? That format never fails, even through college. Use that format. So then you write your 3 supporting. Lastly, you have your conclusion. Your conclusion is no new information, okay? Do not write new information here. You should have 1 sentence that summarizes your intro paragraph, just a cumulative sentence that touches on your intro. 1 sentence about each of your supporting paragraphs. So you should have 1 overall sentence about this paragraph, and this paragraph. And then your last sentence should wrap up the entire paper, okay? Now, we do have examples for you to look at, not on the computer, but we do have examples in the classroom for you to look at for good quality research papers, so you know kind of how to format this if you need additional examples. If you have any questions, please let me know. Once you're finished, you are more than welcome in the classwork section to turn in your research paper so that I can look at it and read it, okay? And then if you do that, I'm able to return it to you so that you're able to continue with your science fair project. If you have any questions, please talk to me or Mrs. LaRue to help you. Bye, guys.